Hi, I'm making another video. It's Saturday the 27th of November, and I'm down again at Cocoa Beach. As you can probably hear, there's quite a bit of swell tonight. It's a little bit windy, and not many people around tonight. There's a guy over there fishing in the distance, but that's about it really. Just cycled down here. It is quite rough. I don't know whether the camera will pick up the surf, the waves in the dark. Maybe not. So this week on the markets, we had quite a volatile week. We had the Thanksgiving holiday in the US, and so Thursday the US markets were closed, and then Friday morning the news of this new variant of the dreaded lurgy came out, and I got up to see that the futures were well down. And so on Friday I did a lot of trading. Friday was yesterday, and I think I closed 19 trades yesterday, which is quite a bit for me. Over the week I did 59 trades, and I made a net profit of over 8.8%, which is pretty good by my standards. My benchmark is only 2.5%, so it's more than 3 times my benchmark. Mainly trading the S&P 500, a little bit of FTSE, and some Nasdaq 100 as well. And the way things are going, I'm trying to wean myself off the FTSE. I've traded the FTSE for years, and I like to think I know its character, but it can be frustrating. It doesn't see the moves that we get, especially not the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is unbeatable for volatility, but you've got that volatility can come at a price. So you see the waves here, quite spectacular. This is a good place to go swimming, but tonight it's a little bit rough and it's a little bit cold. So in the future, what I want to do is I just want to trade the S&P and the Nasdaq really, and it also means I don't have such an early start, because if I'm starting around 9 a.m. my time, that's what is that? 4. I think it's 4 New York time. Yeah. 3 New York time. Yeah, okay, 3 a.m. New York time, which is pretty early. But as I've said before, I think that's an advantage. We sort of catch them sleeping, as it were. So So this week was good. This week was Friday was crazy. It was very busy. We had that sharp sell-off on Friday morning early, and I caught quite a bit of the rebound. And then we did what we will often do in a market. We'll have an early rebound and then a further sell-off and break the lows of the first drop, which we did on the FTSE, and I can't remember if we did on the Nasdaq, definitely. And I had a little bit of a scare on the Nasdaq. I put in a trade and hadn't realized I hadn't adjusted the size for the fact of the much larger contract versus the S&P, and so I was about 8 times bigger size than normal on the Nasdaq, and fortunately it started to move in my way, and I thought, no, I'll just close it, because that's a mistake, and the best thing to do with a mistake is close it. So I was very lucky to get out at a small profit, like sort of £30 or something. It could have been quite a large loss. But the mistakes, we've all made them. I've done the same thing on the FTSE years ago, and I think I was going to go long about £9 a point. I went long at £90 a point, which is quite a large trade for me on the FTSE. So there you go. Away from the markets, the COVID situation is just seemingly getting worse. I don't mean in terms of its actual deadliness, which I think is well overstated. I mean the way the regimes are clamping down on us, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if we go into another lockdown here. And I'm not sure how all this will end, but I've been saying for months that it's going to get worse this winter. We may never get back to the freedoms and liberties we had 2 years ago. I really think that. I think I'm glad that I did a lot of my traveling in my younger days, North America, South America, Australia, Asia, all of Europe, basically been everywhere in Europe, and because I'm not sure that'll ever be available again. I feel sorry for young people now, because if the world turns out the way I think it may, I think it's getting worse. You look at Australia. Look at what is happening in Australia. It's unbelievable. And I have family in Australia. I have an uncle in Melbourne who I went to meet him now years ago, but I've been in contact with him recently and just saying that we can't believe what's going on in Australia, how strict they are in the clampdowns, and for a disease that has got such a high survival rate, especially if you're under 70 and fit and healthy. It's nothing at all, and now they're even giving the vaccines to children, which I think that is medical malpractice, and people will go to prison for that sooner or later. But who knows how long that will be. So yeah, so the week was good in terms of the markets and trading. It could have been better. But it's one of my better weeks over the last few months. It may have been my best week. Wasn't my biggest in terms of volume. That was a few weeks ago, but it was still fairly decent. And but excuse me. But in terms of the situation, the COVID, I think everything's looking pretty dire at the moment. With no signs of it getting any better, and plenty of signs that it's probably going to get worse for us. So on that very negative note, okay, if you like the video, give it a like. Please comment. I could do with some comments. If you're a trader, or if you're not a trader, if you want to get into trading, or if you're an old hand at it. I've been doing this quite a few years, and I've made every mistake it's possible to make, and then a few of my own. Yeah. I invented those mistakes. They didn't exist before me. So yeah, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot in the markets. Hopefully that experience was the reason yesterday I sat down when I saw the futures tanking and thought, this could be an opportunity. And it was a really good day for me, but it was stressful, and you had to keep your wits about you. And the 19 trades I closed, I book all my trades straight away on the spreadsheet I have. It's a lot of it's automated, so I don't have, it calculates a lot of the stuff itself. And then I noticed this morning when I got the broker email, there was one more trade that I'd completely missed. And I had to add it. There was a Nasdaq 100 trade that I made a small profit on, and I was so busy during the trading day I didn't have time to book it. So that was good. That's an extra few quid. Okay, that's my lot. Bye.